Okay, so this is how I like to draw a mouth. This mouth is going to be slightly open because I want to draw some of the teeth as well. The mouth is connected to the rest of the face, and so right above the mouth is what's called the philtrum, which is the small dip right below your nose and right above your mouth. So that's where that's going to go, and it's going to give the lips this shape, this bowed shape right here that goes on top. And then again, these ones are going to be slightly ajar. Gonna leave some room for some teeth. And then here is the bottom lip. A lot of people tend to put a very dark line right around the lip, and we don't want to do that. The lip is already going to show because it's going to be a different color than the skin, although we do want some color for the skin. I'm just going to use my blending stump for a very light value. And then on the lip, I'm just going to shade it in. Right where the lips part, it gets pretty dark. And then right above, it's going to be a nice gray tone. Since I'm not using color, I'm going to have a gray tone. And then I'm going to leave a little shine at the top. I don't want a hard line there, so I'm going to soften it a little bit. I'll fill these in with kind of a solid color, except for at the top where I have a little bit of light shining. It's not very smooth, so I'll use my blending stump. And again, right where the lips part, I'm going to make it a little bit darker. And then right on the bottom of the lips, I'm going to add a little bit of shading, a little bit darker. Because the lips are round and the light is shining mostly toward the top of the lip, and it's going to cause a little shadow here right underneath. And then let's say that the light is shining this way, I'm going to have a little bit more shadow over here than on the other side. And then I'll soften it just slightly. And then if there's more shadow on this side of the lip, there will also be more shadow on this side of the face. Okay, and then the bottom lip. Again, I don't need any hard lines. I just need to fill it in with a nice solid gray. And I'm going to leave some light here in the middle so that you know the lips are wet. Okay, then I'm going to soften it with my blending stump. And then give it a little stronger shade right there, a little stronger value. And then right under the lip, again, the whole face is connected. So I don't just want to get the lip, which is why I'm not putting a hard line around it. This is going to be my shadow on my face. It's a line right now, and then I'm going to bring it down to create a shadow. The lip is creating a shadow on the face. A lot of people have this little shadow right here under the lip. Some are more prominent than others, depending on the structure of their face and the lighting. Okay, now the teeth. So a lot of people have a tendency to want this to be bright white. I'm not going to leave it bright white. I'm going to start with my blending stump. Give it a little bit of gray. You don't want your teeth to be super white. You want a little bit of shadow in there. And then another mistake that people tend to make is to make hard lines in between the teeth, which makes the person look very strange. We don't want to do that. I'm going to focus on the shape of the bottom of the teeth. And the top of these bottom teeth. So the bottom of the top and the top of the bottom will be the most important shape because the inside of her mouth is very dark. So I can color this in dark, but not the lines in between the teeth. Okay, there is a line here between the teeth, but I'm going to keep it very light. Again, don't make that a hard line. Even the bottom teeth, I'm going to keep it gentle. And then I'm going to add just a little bit more shadow here on the bottom of the lip. I'm not going to leave it as a line, I'm going to make it a shadow and bring it out. Give it a little contrast. I am a fan of contrast. And then just a little bit more on the bottom, not as much as on the top, because this is the top of the lip. It's coming from the inside of the mouth. Okay, and the lip has these little lines in it. I'll put some in there. Again, my focus isn't hyper realism. I'm going to get close enough in these few minutes that I have. Make sure this shadow at the bottom is strong enough. And make sure this doesn't look like a hard line on the bottom of her lip. This is a shadow. Okay, I'm going to make sure that I shade in that philtrum right above her lip. And if this dip is filled in, then also I'll probably have a very light line on the side of it. And I'll put a little more shadow on the teeth, especially at the top. I'm going to soften it. I don't want any hard lines. And there we go. Lips in about 10 minutes.